How to make your woman miss you more. Shark Game coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. So yeah, I got this question from a long-time listener. He said he's been in a relationship with this girl for about a year. He said when they got started, it was a joyous time. It was hugs and kisses. And they were tearing the room up, and she was jumping off the chandeliers and all the loving and they were spending all this time together. They went from all the joyous times, celebrations. They went from that to chaos. Went from joy to chaos. I've been there before. I know how that can go. Unfortunately, in this thing we call life, things can go left real quick. We don't live in a perfect world. I wish it was. But so he wants to know, man, how do he wants things the way they used to be in the past, or at least similar. I don't think things will be exactly the way it used to be, but it can be similar, very similar. I've done this. I've done it more than one time. So the first thing you got to do, man, in situations like that, usually this is what usually happens. Usually someone in the relationship is not being honest about something. This is when things usually go left. And it's usually on the female side of the game. Usually. See, a lot of women will come in one way, but they don't have not necessarily bad intentions, but they're not thinking the way the guy's thinking. And he's leaving it up to her because he's kind of going along to get along. Now, this is where the guy has to come in at, if he has experience. The guy has to come in and kind of check her and be like, hey, we ain't doing that over here. This is how we doing over here. We better than that. But if he's young and experienced, this is where things usually go left. Because a lot of guys just haven't been living long enough. So that's just what it is. It's not saying it's their fault. If you don't know, you just don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's usually how it goes. So the second thing you have to do is you have to figure out what happened to make things go left. What happened to make her lose attraction for you, have less interest in you? What happened? Something happened. Either you stopped doing something, or you started to be more ladylike or womanlike. Maybe you fell out of your masculine. Maybe you had some trials and tribulations, or a combination of things that happen in life. Nobody's perfect. We all have soft moments. We all fall, but you should get back up. So something happens. This thing called life, things that happened outside of us, family, friends, kids, that stuff affects us internally, and it can sometimes affect our relationship as well. Now, a lot of times, a lot of people don't understand this. A lot of women don't understand this. A lot of guys don't understand this. But if you want to get back together, you really have to sit down and talk about this. You have to talk about how things was at one point during the good times and what happened to send things into a tailspin. And once you get that out of the way, once y'all honest about what happened, then you can kind of repair and revamp and kind of start off with a new beginning. So ultimately, you have to change your habits. You have to get real, as some people say. Get real, change your habits. And now, and here's the kicker now. This is not a fast process. It's not a fast process. This is not something that's going to happen overnight. It might take a couple months to repair and get back into the groove, just being around each other. So don't rush it. You know, sometimes when people are apart, that gives you time to think. Because when you're in it, it's kind of hard to think when you're in it. It's kind of hard to think clearly when you're in it. Because when you're out of it, on the outside looking in, you have time to analyze the situation, and then you say, man, you know what? Maybe I could have done that better. Maybe I could have said that better. Maybe I could have. That was a bad move. See, you can do that once you're outside the box. Once you have time to think. You know, when you're in it, you don't have a lot of time to think because you're moving. You're in motion. You're making decisions on the fly. You're making the best decisions you can make within that given moment. And it's not easy all the time. So the thing you have to do, get real, change your habits, and try to do the things that made her attracted to you in the first place. That's the best you can do. And take it slow. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight, man. And see, don't try to move so fast. Because if you try to move so fast, your woman might kind of fall back. You might get a little pushback. She might be like, hold up. I ain't ready for all that. So you gotta, if she calls you, you talk. But don't talk her head off. Tell her everything. No. Take it step by step. A little bit. Easy peasy, man. Slow and easy. Like that. And you want to let her come to you. You want to throw something out there. It's kind of like bait on a hook. I wrote about that in my book, A Chicken's Guide to Having Women Beg for You, Sex, Lust, and Lies. It's kind of like bait on a hook. You want to throw something out there. A question. Something y'all was talking about. You want her to respond to it. So you want her to come to you. Easy peasy. You don't want to be so aggressive. That ain't gonna work. You want to sweet mac her. That's what you want. Sweet mac her. You want to talk. Send a little text. Do all the same things you were doing in the beginning. Because if it worked in the beginning, it's probably going to work again. But for whatever reason, you stop doing it. Life getting in the way. Who knows, man? That's how it is. So you want to rebrand yourself to be bigger and better than you was before. And you get her back. And she'll start to miss you more. And I've done this 3 times in my life. 3 times. And a lot of times it's not your fault or her fault. Things just happen, man. It's life. You know, it's just life. I believe most people do the best they can with what they got, with what they know, with the tools that they have. Not all, but I believe most people do the best they can out here. You know? So, hey, you tell me, have you had an experience like this where you went from joyous times to chaos? You went from the hero to the zero. I would like to hear it below. in the comment section of this video. So if you like this video, you probably want to check out my Patreon by clicking the link below, because I go deep in the topics pertaining to this. And like this video, share this video, and subscribe by clicking the little bell below this video. Until next time, I'm out. Peace!